I'm a life member of the VFW. I'm a life member of the American Legion. As soon as I retire and I can be a member of the DAV, I will be. And there's a reason for that, because they fight for my rights and the rights of my soldiers.
Our veteran service orgs care about you. They're there to help you, and they're there to make sure that you get what you deserve.
Our priority and specific area of focus is assisting veterans connect with their earned federal and state veteran benefits.
They may have different eligibility requirements, okay, but basically they all do the same thing, and that's they advocate for veterans and they make sure that the veterans are being taken care of.
There's distinct veteran service organizations. We're all very parallel in our mission and what we hope to accomplish, but we're all also maybe just a little bit different in terms of our approach or our particular priorities.
Well, our mission is to serve veterans and families of veterans. That's what we're here for as a veterans organization, taking care of our fellow veterans.
Our role as a veteran service organization is to work with veterans and those currently serving. And too often the communities or maybe even the general public gets the perception sometimes it's a bar and grill, and it's really not. It's really about welcoming the veterans home, working within your community.
The American Legion is usually made up of veterans in your home community that, as we say, are still serving America. They're taking care of veterans in their community. They're working in the schools. They're teaching patriotism. They're building playgrounds. They're doing anything they think their community needs.
We help veterans. We have service officers that help veterans with service. We do scholarships for veterans, their spouses and children and grandchildren. We do a lot of good things to enhance the quality of life for veterans.
The DAV has a long-standing tradition of helping disabled veterans, their families, their children. They've just been advocates for the disabled vets to make sure that they get the benefits that they should be getting.
It's a grant writing process to get money out of here, and we've given out over $1 million, I think 3 now, and it's a grant writing. It has to do strictly with veterans and veterans issues, programs as far as people are in the VA hospital, people that would be any number of things within the VA hospital, the homes, the veterans homes, the state of Minnesota. It's just limited only by your imagination, but it has to do with things that would benefit disabled veterans and people within the military, their spouses, a program that would do something for them that nobody else is really doing or wouldn't have the funding for.
Without the strength of the VFW or the American Legion or any of the service organizations, Congress will take away our veteran privileges, our veteran bills. That's what we're here for, to fight for our veterans. And our numbers do count in Washington, D.C.
It's the veteran service organizations that go to the Capitol, go to our nation's capital, go to the state capitol and fight for those things.
The membership numbers, if nothing else, matters tremendously because it gives our service organizations a larger voice, a voice that's got to be listened to federally as well as locally at the state level.
We started taking fishing trips in the wintertime and taking guys out that thought, well, they'd never fish again. And those guys are so happy, some of them just cry. They're a little shy and everything when they first get there, but by the time they've left, they've made friends with everybody there and they're looking forward to going again. It's not impossible. Their dream's not impossible. We can make it work if we have the time to be able to do it.
We all focus on how are we going to help welcome that veteran back into the community. And in Minnesota, it's all about hunting and fishing. You get together with other service members from the upper Midwest, you start talking about deer camp, you start talking about the opening day of fishing, and it's all revolved around outdoor activities. And so we thought, what better way to do something for those that are currently serving, as well as our veterans, is to put on an event like this.
After I was injured, I kind of sat home and I said, what am I going to do with my life now that I'm in a chair the rest of my life? by joining the PVA, which we call acronym for Paralyzed Veterans of America. It's given me an opportunity to get outside and meet fellow people in a chair, talk to them about their experience and relate to their situation versus mine and so forth. And it also gave us an opportunity to get out there during sporting events or events like this again with fellow veterans and stuff, and life goes on. We can do everything, just do it a little bit different.
Back in the day, I was sponsored by the National Guard, and I enjoyed working so much with veterans that I wanted to continue those programs. And I knew how important it was to have events like this, Trolling for Troops, the turkey hunts, the deer hunts, all that stuff. And the only reason that's available to the veterans is because of our service organizations.
We can't lose sight of this. Ultimately, it's to show thanks and appreciation for the service of our currently serving military men and women, and to also share thanks and appreciation for the sacrifice of our veterans that have served their countries and are now back home. In the American Legion, we've got over 550 posts throughout the state of Minnesota. I oftentimes will encourage our men and women and veterans to simply locate their nearest service organizations.
Veterans that sit around and do nothing, they get themselves in trouble, so you need to be involved in the community.
Get involved, be there. I've been telling a few of them here that say, well, I have a friend that may be like this. I said, tell him.
Don't worry about having to serve in the organization, just join. I don't need you to be active. I don't need you to be the president of the local American Legion. I need you to join the American Legion. I need you to join the DAV. If you're a wounded veteran, I need you to automatically join the Military Order of the Purple Heart. That's it. Let them fight for the things that you'll need 40 years from now. And the reason you join is to create that lobby, to create that voice that protects our rights as veterans and as currently serving soldiers.